Hi, welcome to today's Motivating Monday. I'm Eugene, and today we'll be continuing on the series of pearls from Proverbs. Today's topic will be a very widely relatable one, and today we'll be touching on friendship and what does Proverbs talk about friendship. So the key verse for today is Proverbs chapter 17, verse 17. Let us flip our Bibles to Proverbs chapter 17, verse 17. It reads, "A friend loves for all times, and a brother is born for adversity." So in this world, many people claim to have a lot of friends, but in reality, they have only superficial links to other people, or in some other case, they only find these other people useful to them. But true friendship, in contrast, is not about such superficial links or talking about usefulness about this other human being or talking about our own personal interests. But it's about the amount of time and emotion we share together as two human beings, or the effort we put in to build up this relationship. So it is true that we cannot always choose our family or our relatives, but we always have the option or the choice in choosing our friends. And as human beings, we are all social creatures and no one is truly an island. So what does the book of Proverbs talk about? Choosing friends or knowing who is your friend. Let us flip to Proverbs chapter 18, verse 24. In Proverbs chapter 18, verse 24, it reads, "A man who has friends must find himself be friendly, but there is a friend who sticks closer than a brother." So, interestingly, the word friend in the last part of this verse in Proverbs comes from the Hebrew word for love. In other contexts, the word could have translated lover, but the point seems to be that a friend is indeed someone with whom you have a close bond, different from a mere co-acquaintance or a colleague or a co-worker. So what does the Bible talks about choosing friends? In Proverbs chapter 12, verse 26, it reads, "The righteous should choose his friends carefully, for the way of the wicked leads them astray." Also in the same book, in chapter 22, verse 24 of Proverbs, it reads, "Make no friendship with an angry man, and with a furious man do not go." As you can see in these two examples, that in the book of Proverbs, they state what kind of person we should be when considering whether this person should be our friend or not. As one of the examples given is to not make friends with a hot-tempered, or in some case, a furious man, or we should be cautious in making friends with people. And also, the Bible also talks about money and friends. So in Proverbs chapter 14, verse 20, it reads, "The poor are shunned even by their neighbors, but the rich have many friends." So is this why sometimes we need to sit and think back? Is this why we have many friends? Is it because we are being too naive in this situation where we were used by other people because of certain advantages that we have? In so many ways, the key to a good friendship is found in the same principles found in a good marriage. The willingness of each member to put the good of the others first. We can read in Philippians chapter 2, verse 3 and 4. In Philippians chapter 2, verse 3 and 4, it reads, "Let nothing be done through selfish ambition or conceit, but in lowliness of mind, let each esteem others better than himself. Let each of you look out for not only for his own interest, but also for the interest of others." So this is also seeing the example we have of Jesus giving himself for the good of others. Think about the kind of friendships that we have that is willing to put other people first, is willing to sacrifice their own personal interests and to go ahead of whatever others want. But of course, this is also what Christ did for us in the flesh, for him to be crucified on the cross for our sins. Lastly, we'll talk about how Christ made friends. So within the gospel, it shows us about how Christ made friends with people. He took time to talk to people and to listen to them. He also took time to eat together with others and also to celebrate special events with them. So you can read in John chapter 4, verse 4 to 26, where Jesus speaks and listens to the Samaritan woman. Or even in Luke chapter 19, verse 1 to 10, talking about Jesus stays with Zacchaeus. So in these two situations, Jesus comes to people where they are and mingles among them as one of them. He doesn't act too good for the Samaritan woman, or he doesn't act too low towards Zacchaeus, even though he's a tax collector. Jesus shows himself ready to listen, to get involved, to show a genuine interest in others. So if we will reach out to people, to listen, to show empathy, and give others the sense that they are valued and accepted, we will be able to establish meaningful relationships and even friendship with the most unlikely people. And this is actually very important for us if we are to reach others with the gospel. So to make sure that before we want to talk about the gospel, we need to continue to make the effort and to prove that we are interested to be with friends first, to be interested in their lives before we can start talking about the gospel. This will definitely make us spread the gospel easier and in a more effective way. And that is all for today's Motivating Monday. Hope you'll tune in again next week. Thank you.